Hello guys, it's DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have an $80 match, so the winner of this will win $80 and the loser will win nothing, and we're going to have Clinch 1997 versus YuGiToad. And if you want to go ahead and check out Dragon Riders Games, they're the one that hosted this tournament. You can go ahead and check out their Facebook page, link down below at the top of the description, and let's hop right in. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to see Clinch win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And they'll decide to go first, 43 versus 40. Opening hands, we have Wielder, Droplet, Temple, Foolish, and Torn Scales. Okay, so we see, Phantom Knight. Then they have Ash, Fusion Destiny, Punishment, Invocation, TC Boost. So we have Invoked versus Phantom Knight. We haven't seen this deck a lot recently. They are going to go ahead and they're going to be activating the Temple effect to banish. Then they're going to chain Ash Blossom on that, which is fine. Normal summon, special summon, and make the Cherubini effect to go dump. That's going to go ahead and dump the Ancient Cloak, little misclick there, and then effect, banish, go search out Boots, and then go ahead, Torn Scales effect, summon itself back out. And then they're going to activate Torn Scales effect, discarding Foolish, which means that they're going to go ahead and dump a trap. Otherwise, you would just activate Foolish to go dump the monster. Or okay, I think that they asked to not use it. I don't really understand what they're saying. But yeah, I think that's what they're trying to say there. Okay, go for Rusty. Rusty effect to go ahead, dump and set. Dump Ragged Gloves, set the Fog Blade. Ragged Gloves, go dump Fog Blade, special summon out Boots, overlay for Break Sword. And then Rusty effect, pop Break Sword summon back out 2, go for Anaconda. And then Anaconda effect, pay 2k to go dump. So you're going to dump the Fusion Destiny, the Brick, summon out Enforcer, Boots effect to go search, and then Boots will go ahead and search out Fog Blade. And then set and pass. So they have 4 interruptions plus follow-ups. So, I mean, that's pretty solid, especially through a hand trap too. And then they draw a Natty Servant. So they're going to go main phase. They're going to activate Fusion Destiny. This will go ahead, dump the heroes, summon out the Enforcer. They're asking if this is Fog Blade. Yeah, that's the one set off Rusty. They're going to go battle phase. So they're going to Fog Blade here. They're going to chain Enforcer, chain Fog Blade. And then main phase 2, Natty Servant. Natty Servant, dump Elder, grab Ecclesia. Not grabbing Ecclesia. They're gonna grab Maximus, and then Elder effect, target Enforcer, okay, Enforcer graveyard effect, and then just set pass. Okay, I mean, they could have went ahead and just like chained Enforcer to pop Enforcer, but I guess that means the Fog Blades fall off, which, these falling off wouldn't necessarily be bad, but then they'd have their pop next turn. So they don't want them to have that. So they draw Rhoda, and then they're going to go ahead and activate TC Boo during the draw phase. So that way, Enforcer can't try to bring back whatever, but they do have Droplet to get rid of Rusty to negate their Enforcer, which gets the Warrior off of board. And then standby phase, Enforcer come back, and then go main phase. They're going to activate the Foolish Burial, and Foolish will go ahead and dump. So dump the Temple, and then Temple effect, banish, go search outright. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for them. They're going to activate this, bring out the token, and then bring out Fateful. I mean, it's still anyone's game, really. But it just seems like the Phantom Knight player is further ahead. They're going to activate Roto to go search. And then they'll go ahead, grab the Ancient Cloak. They can't summon this out because it would be 2 Warriors and there's TC Boo there. Yeah. So they can go ahead and activate this, though. I mean, this was still good to search off Rhoda because you'd rather be discarding Ancient Cloak than Rhoda. And then up next, they're going to go ahead and Griffin effect. So this is a fairy, this is a plant, this is a warrior, and this is a wing beast. So they are all different. Then they can get Fateful effect. Fateful, go search out the Equip spell, activate the equip spell on the token, Celestial to go draw. That will draw a Droplet and Ogre. And then activate the effect, bounce back Enforcer, and then the opponent just goes ahead and admits defeat there. Okay, probably could have stayed in that a little bit longer. But, alright, going on to the next game now. We are going to see Invoke decide to go first. Opening hands, we have Droplet, Rhoda, Gloves, Torn Scales, Droplet. They have Prosperity, Invocation, Terraforming Meltdown, Ash Blossom. And then go main phase, activate Meltdown. Meltdown will now go search Alistair. Then we're going to activate Prosperity. Okay, so they did Meltdown first, grab Alistair in case if they got hit by draw, they'd still have Invocation to make a play no matter what. Now they're going to Prosperity here. They just banished 3. And then look at the top 3, they see Fusion Destiny, Solemn Judgment, and then put those back to the bottom. Normal spin out as Alistair doesn't use effect because they only play 1 Invocation, which is correct. It's actually crazy because, like, Game 1, Invocation was a brick. It did not help them break the board at all. Game 2, Invocation was also just a brick, because if they didn't have Invocation in hand, they would just Alistair. I mean, it's not like a brick, but I mean, like, they could have just used the effect to go search it. You know, it's kind of like drawing Boot Sector Launch. It's like, oh, I didn't really need to draw this card. Like, this is supposed to be like a free search. I don't want to be hard drawing it. Like I said, the only time that hard drawing Invocation comes up with Alistair is when you have Alistair, Invocation, and the opponent has a hand trap for the Alistair, which, come on, I mean, this is also only like a 7% chance of happening, of opening Alistair and Invocation. And then they're going to go Amirage, then go for Secure Gardener, and then activate Invocation. Banish, go for Macabre. I still stand by 1 Invocation. Nobody has yet to show me math that makes 2 make sense. And even like gameplay, 1 makes sense. Like right now they'd have an extra Invocation in hand, but like, what would that do? You know, like, wouldn't be that great. I'd rather have like a better deck list. Draw Italy. So they do have Enforcer, Macabre, Ash, but they have Droplets, so it's really just Ash Blossom. And then go ahead, activate Rhoda. Rhoda goes search, go grab Boots. This is a really strong hand on the Phantom Knight side. They're able to go ahead, normal summon Enforcer, Chainlink 1, E-Tele, Chainlink 2, and then that goes through. Oh no, I got something in my eye. And then they're going to go ahead and chain Droplet to negate the field. Then E-Tele summons out the Wielder. Yeah, nothing on resolution for them. Then they're going to special summon out the Boots. Overlay those, go for Break Sword. Battle phase. Attack Macabre, take 100. And then they're going to go main phase 2. Okay, Downward Zeus. I guess this is like playing it safe. If they wanted to, they could have also just like went for a game. So, yeah, just playing it safe here. Banish Boots. Like, there had to have been a way for game there, you know. They had enough bodies easily to go for game. Go search, set, and then they are going to pass. Okay. They draw Prosperity. And then, see, like, now the second Invocation would come up to where it'd be, like, okay here. But, nah, I'm still just... Wow, I don't think my opinion is going to change on that. Also, realistically, you should be playing 0 Invocation because this deck is some buns. Let's be honest right now. This deck is not the deck to play. Even last format, this deck was not the deck to play. Or the format before. Honestly, having Alistair in your deck list was just never the move. There was not a single format where I think having Alistair in the deck list was the right choice. They're going to Fog Blade that. And then they're going to activate Terraforming. Terraforming, go search. That's going to grab Meltdown. Then activate Meltdown, go search Alistair. So they are going to go ahead and Prosperity Banish. Maybe it was right to Ash Boots. Like, now that I think about it, like that stops Fog Blade. That gets the Ash out of hand, which makes it easier for you to be able to go ahead and activate Celestial Effect. So maybe that was just the move. Ooh, Prosperity for 3. Oh, this is the person that plays Double Anaconda. Okay, yeah, they're decklisted. Like, why? Why Double Anaconda? It just doesn't make sense to me. The second one doesn't come up. Oh, yeah, I forget. It's because they play Talents in their list, and they want to link it away. I remember now. I remember. It's been a little while since we had him on the channel. By a little while, I mean like a week. Dump Elder, grab Maximus. Then Elder effect. Elder, target Zeus. Out that. Then you're going to special summon out Maximus by banishing Macabre. Okay, then effect. In response, chain Droplet, get rid of Fog Blade to negate that. Battle phase, attack. It is half damage. And then end phase, they're gonna Fog Blade. Banish the special summon back. Summon out the Break Sword, and then they can Torn Scales effect. Go ahead, draw on the tracker. Okay, so that could be a discard for Torn Scales or just a special summon, depending on how they want to do it here. It should be in defense. Then up next, they're going to overlay, go for Break Sword. Break Sword effect attached. They're going to target itself and Maximus. Break Sword effect a special summon back out from the graveyard. That's going to summon out the Torn Scales and the Ragged Gloves. And then they're going to get rid of those to summon out the Dark effect. Okay, so this is post the next set, whatever it's called, Bash or whatever. Effect special summon back out Celestial. See, I love summoning back out Celestial. It feels so good with this. So good. Especially like in this exact scenario. Yeah, it does have to. It has to go to one of those zones. Because it has to be to a zone this card points to. Then they're gonna get rid of those. Go for Anaconda. Anaconda effect. Pay 2k. Go ahead and dump. So they're keeping their Celestial under lockdown. And then battle phase attack, Celestial effect, pop. Oh, it's so good. They forgot to use the effect of pop. That's actually gonna come up. Like that's actually gonna come up here. That's crazy. And they didn't know it. Celestial doesn't just say draw 2. Does not just say draw 2. This card actually comes up versus the striker matchup to out multi-roll. Crazy enough. Because they always go ahead and they always shark cannon every single time they hit the hero. And then you summon back out Celestial, it outs multi-roll. So they Ash the Ragged Gloves, draw Punishment. You know, that misplay of not popping Meltdown actually made it to where if they top deck good, they won the game. There was a lot of good top decks there. Like any Dogmatika card, I'm pretty sure just secured them the game. Besides, like, obviously, I mean, not any Dogmatika card, but like a monster. Even a Knight there would have been game. Then activate Invocation. Just to think on Invocation. They could have at least Enforcer popped it. Like, they should have done something to Meltdown. Bring out Agos. And then Agos effect the pop. So that will go ahead and out 400 off, unfortunately. Yeah. Graveyard effect of Enforcer. And then Invocation effect, grab back Alistair. Then effect, banish to gain attacks. So then battle phase, beat over for 4,000. And then set. And then try to pass here. Yep. Draw on to right. And then standby phase, Enforcer, go ahead, special summon out. They could Agos effect here to try to pop if they want to. Okay, so they decide not to go ahead and use the effect. And then we're going to set right, go ahead, Celestial draw. Celestial draws in the Fog Blade and draw on Lockbird. And then set Fog Blade, Enforcer effect to pop. They let that go through, so Enforcer will pop the Fog Blade and Agos, activate right. Summon out the token. Yeah, there's just no way the one punishment saves them from everything. There's just too much. Bring out Fateful, and then Fateful effect. Yeah, they say GG's there. You could have had that game way earlier. Something playing around nib, something fair. Okay. Double meltdown, double pot of prosperity. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and see that the match was about 54 minutes long, which is actually a pretty long match. It didn't feel it was that long of a match at all, but I guess this game technically was a little bit of a grind game. I didn't really feel like it, but I guess it was. And again, make sure to go check out the Dragon Riders Games Facebook page. Link down below at the very top of the description. We are going to see Clinch win the $80 here, piloting the Phantom Knight deck. Still blows my mind that they're playing 2 Anaconda. It's like, we didn't see talents in their deck, but we didn't see it off like Prosperity or anything either. But I don't know, like the second Anaconda just doesn't come up. They definitely side deck Shaddoll Fusion too. Half the side deck Shaddoll Fusion. I'm picking up on all the reads. It's got to be all of that. Like, I don't know. I still find it wild because then you have to cut something from the extra deck. Like, is it really worth? I guess we can see their whole extra deck here. Okay, so they play. What's missing? Is it just like the second Macabre for the Anaconda? Yeah, but that's going to be it for the match. And with that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.